Hi, everybody. Welcome to this live edition on YouTube of the Broadcast, where we give you bite-sized bits of best practices to help you be a better leader and a more effective communicator. I'm your host, Gerard Braud. You're going to be seeing updates more frequently because of the COVID-19 coronavirus. Things are changing daily. And today I'm going to give you some leadership tips that will apply to events as they stand today. Today is March 16th, 2020. This is the best information that I have based on where we are in time. I'm going to share with you some leadership tips that look like this. And it's a paradigm that I built after Hurricane Katrina in 2005. Many of you know that I live in Metro New Orleans and that I was affected by Hurricane Katrina. And after Hurricane Katrina, I was livid because most communities had planned, but New Orleans, the biggest community, had not planned. We'll come back to this in a second. 15 years before Katrina, so that happened in 2005. 15 years before that, when I was a journalist, I spoke to experts. They told me New Orleans would be devastated one day, completely flooded one day by 20 feet of water from a catastrophic hurricane. And when I aired that report, most communities immediately began preparing and talking to National Weather Service on how they would evacuate people. The mayor of New Orleans called me aside and told me I was creating hysteria. He did the typical, it's the media's fault. The media are trying to scare people. And my response to him was, I am trying to scare people because I believe the experts. And the city of New Orleans did absolutely nothing after that to prepare. And more than 2,000 people died because evacuations were not planned, were not executed, were never ordered for the city of New Orleans as they should have been. By the time they called for evacuations, it was too late to do anything. That being said, in my evaluation afterwards, I came up with this, what I call a leadership profile. And what I believe is there are real leaders and there are fake leaders. Just because someone has a title that is a leadership title doesn't mean they have leadership skills. So what I discovered was some people would do their duty. If you're a good leader, you will do your duty. If you're a fake leader, you will be in denial of the crisis at hand. If you're a good leader, you will take action. If you're a fake leader, you will be arrogant. If you are a good leader and take action, your audiences will be responsible. Those are your stakeholders, whether they be employees or customers, citizens. If you're a hospital, it's your patients and families. If it's a school, it's your students and parents. Whatever your audience is, they will be responsible if they know you're doing your duty, taking action, and communicating to them, managing their expectations, letting them know what to do. Fake leaders do this. They are in denial, they're arrogant. Everything goes wrong, and they blame everyone else for their failures. My advice to you is when you see a good leader, attach yourself to them, be their partner, help them. Fake leaders, they usually can't be helped even in the middle of a crisis. It's a personality type. It's almost a personality disorder that they will continue to do the wrong thing and thinking that they are doing the right thing. Attach yourself to good leaders, distance yourself from fake leaders. A couple of final thoughts. I'm being told by the experts that I've been in communication with for the past 4 days that on the low end, this is a 90-day event. More likely a 120-day event, and quite possibly 160 days. Social isolation is what the experts are recommending. But as we saw this weekend, many cities canceled St. Patrick's Day parades, but the revelers still gathered in bars and got in close proximity to one another so they could still celebrate. That means that any community who was trying to start a social distancing program has now pushed back the effect of social distancing by 14 more days. The sooner everybody begins to agree on a single source of behavior, such as social distancing, the sooner it will end. Arrogant leaders will blame the media for making hysteria. As a former member of the media, I know that media can be hysterical sometimes. But I will say this: if professional sports shut down, it's serious. If Disney closes, it's serious. This is not hype. It's not hysteria. It's going to require everybody to be on board. So your responsibility is to communicate effectively, communicate frequently, and help manage expectations for your various constituencies and stakeholder audiences. We all have to be in this together. I'm happy to be your partner. If you have questions, reach out to me here on the YouTube channel or by way of my blog, or there's also a link where you can schedule a free phone call to discuss strategies. For the broadcast on March 16th, 2020, I'm Gerard Braud.